Hello my lovely jubblies, I'm fantasims and welcome to my channel. I love turning Sims 4 into a world of fiction and fantasy. You can find all my creations in the Sims 4 gallery, and if you like what you see here, be sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit the bell to be notified about fresh content. Many of you have requested that I do some work in progress tours because I'm notorious for building a million projects at once and never fully finishing them, and a lot of you have been curious about what I'm building, especially my Harry Potter world builds. And I'm currently working on all 8 wizarding schools. There's 11 top wizarding schools and J.K. Rowling has revealed 8 of them, and so I'm currently working on all 8 of them, and today we are going to take a tour of Koldovstoretz. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. It's one of the top 11 wizarding schools found in Russia, and this one has the least amount of information about it other than that they play Quidditch differently, where they actually, instead of riding broomsticks, they ride entire uprooted trees, which I don't know how that works because I feel like that would get in the way, and I don't know that it would be easy to ride an entire tree. But anyway, that's the only thing that we really know, so let's take a tour. Even if you have all the expansion packs and all the game packs, we're still very limited on large lots, and I'm trying to fit all of them into one save file. And so in Willow Creek I have Koldovstoretz and Durmstrang, so not all of them are gonna fit perfectly with the surrounding landscaping, so let's take a tour of what I've built so far. Okay, so here it is. I tried to give it that Russian feel, and I actually have a colored version that has really bright colors, kind of mimicking the builds that you see in Moscow. Now obviously this should be surrounded by snow, but I'm not in the winter season at the moment. My game save is still in the summer, but I created it so that it had its own great hall, and then we've got dorm rooms in the towers, and then we have an astronomy tower up here that has the backyard observatory in it, so it will be functional. I like every area of a build to have some sort of function that Sims can enjoy. And then we've got some classrooms in this main tower, but I'm not sure exactly what I want to fill this entire school with, so feel free to add in the comments any ideas that you have. And since not much is known about the castle, I created my own story, and that story is that it was discovered in Russia, a magical breed of dragon that the wizarding world knows nothing about, and that they're keeping it secret in the depths of underneath the school. And not only are they keeping this dragon a secret, but it also stands guardian of the 3 magical frost chambers. And I'm using noCC, meaning no custom content, artwork that you can download in the gallery from Najo Pau. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, but you can find this noCC art from lots of different people in the Sims 4 gallery, and it does not get flagged as custom content, so you can upload your creations to the gallery, and people who download your builds will also have this custom art in their build, which is awesome. So I just created, I'm in the middle of building this, so I haven't finished it, but I tried to create this kind of a frost chamber, and I've already posted this dragon to the gallery because I was going to wait until I posted this entire school, but I just couldn't resist sharing the dragon. So this is where the dragon comes from. And I created these little chambers. I don't even know what I'm going to put in here. I might make them bigger, I might get rid of them, who knows. Let me know in the comments if you have an idea of what I could do here. And then this might not stay as boxy and big, but I want to transform it either into classrooms or a transition chamber into the depths underneath the school. And then eventually I'm actually going to delete this pool, and it's actually a tip that I will show you guys in another tutorial video about how you can build against foundations. So eventually this is going to be deleted, but I need it at the moment so that I can build stuff on the foundations. And then I don't really know, it's a bit of an awkward shape having this. I don't know if to just leave it as a hallway that leads to these other places, and currently I just have artwork scattered around that I don't know what I'm going to be using, but I tried to choose things that I thought looked kind of Russian. So I don't know if I'll do kind of like, you know how Hogwarts has the paintings all up in the stairwell, so I'm not really sure. We'll figure it out. And then down here I thought it would be cool to create some sort of creatures. I've made the dogs way bigger, and I played with the idea of giving them little antlers or something, and some sort of magical breed of creature, kind of a cross between a dog and a reindeer, and I'll embellish this sled so it looks a lot cooler. But that idea of that's how they get around in the hidden places of Russia that this school is located. And then we have the Great Hall right here that I'm pretty much done with, I think. It has a nice frosty feel to it. And I tried to keep all the coloring white just to do something different, because if I make all of the schools have that more Hogwarts style to it, that medieval castle style to it, it's going to get really boring if I try to do that across 8 different wizarding schools. So I tried to give it this very bright, white, vibrant look. And it's 2 stories with a very tall cathedral type ceiling. Now for the towers, I'm working on some classrooms, and because this is such a tight space and there's not a lot of room for staircases, although now we're going to have ladders, so that's not really a problem anymore, I used the debug magical portals, and so long as you have the entrance and the exits set up, I think there's 3 different ones that you can have. You can place the entrances in a different location, and then all you do is click on the room where you want them to go, and they will automatically travel through the portal and come out through the exit. So I don't know what kind of classroom I'll turn this one into, but I liked putting these magical style paintings, and this is by my wonderful friend Fruit Loops 40. I just love all of her artwork, so check her out in the gallery. And then we have another classroom, and as you can see, I've just got random objects. Most of the time that's what I do. I just have lots of random objects, and I love the detailing on objects like this magical fridge. I just love this style, and so I was coming up with ways to use the fridge and kind of mask that it's a fridge because I just love the design so much. But I might scrap that idea, that usually happens. Then we've got another classroom that I need to figure out what to do with, and then this classroom that has kind of the astronomy type feel to it because it leads into the astronomy tower that I showed you in the beginning. And then in these mini towers, I am currently working on dorm rooms, and I'm making 4 poster beds at the moment, so it's got these half walls. I will delete them once I finish putting the curtains around. And I made them 2-story. Now that we're going to have ladders, I'm probably going to remove these staircases to allow for more room. And then there's an upstairs for more students with, you know, beds and a desk and fireplace. Just the basics. You can't really fit that much in it. Now here is the entrance to the school. You can either come in through this side door or through this side door. And the reason why I have them coming in through the sides instead of the front, there wasn't enough room for a staircase to go down there, and I was trying to cram this entire build on a 50 by 50 lot. If I had a bigger lot size, then it definitely wouldn't feel so cramped. And so it has this very wintry wonderland entrance, and these were custom made by lovely Jules64, who created these paintings of each crest for each of the 8 wizarding schools for me so that I could put them in these builds. And because the black background didn't really suit this crisp white color scheme that I'm going for on the inside, I used these obstacle hoops from Cats and Dogs to hide it, and then I used some other wall pieces to hide the corners of the painting. And I don't know, I thought I could turn this into a groundskeeper's office or bathrooms or something. And if you notice, this staircase actually connects 2 different foundation heights. Something I love to do, and I get a little carried away doing, is making lots of different foundation heights and seeing how I can connect them. So this part of the building is a completely different height to the tower area. You have to leave a tile gap between differing foundation heights, which is right here. It's kind of hard to show you because I've already built up around it. So as you can see, here's a gap between this foundation height and this foundation height, because you have to leave a tile gap between 2 different foundational heights, but you can still connect them with stairs, so you can get away with connecting the 2 builds. It's just part of the wall ends up having to stay open. And then I used these Get Famous arches to kind of create a hallway, but then it looked a bit odd on the sides, so then I tried to hide it with debug pieces and wall pieces. The only thing with connecting different foundation heights is that you run into this situation where these stairs actually lead to this level, which is a level below. It's this entrance into this room, but the stairs will disappear unless you go up. In play mode, when you're actually playing with a sim and walking through, if you go into Shift Tab mode, you can actually watch your sim walk up into that level, and it's not going to look like the staircase isn't going to disappear if you're in the lower level. If that made any sense, which it probably didn't. And so in this level, I have to do something like, I need to put the kitchen somewhere, and I figured figured next to the hallway might work, because we don't have any basement. Underneath is where the sled and the magical creatures that drag the sled are going to be. Oh, but what I really like is these are from vampires, debug objects, and I love that they have this underneath part. Like normally it goes in the ground like that, but it has this underneath concrete part which gave it some really cool detail at the bottom. At least I think so. I mean, there is some areas that are a bit clipped that I might have to cover with something. It's those little details that end up taking me forever to finish a build. Okay, now to access the Great Hall, you have to go through these areas, and I don't know what to put in these areas at the moment. I'm just playing around with some designs. So I took the vampire frame and put it behind some of these noCC paintings. So I might do like a hall of pictures, or who knows. I'm just playing with ideas. And this room is just random. It's not supposed to be there. It will be deleted. But I also want to put some sort of activity in this room. And then you go up and it connects to the hospital wing. So I've already built the hospital wing right here. You know, for all those times where the potions go wrong. And there's like the medical counter. I used the back of a bar. So I'm probably going to have to hide this with something. But it kind of has that feel of like the nurse's station. And then again, this is something else that I'm going to have to hide because it's got the outdoor lighting. So I'll have to put some sort of cabinet or something to hide this art right here. And this is the oversized vampire art. And then this leads out into kind of an outdoor courtyard area. I'll put some seating. Not that you would want to be sitting out there in the frigid Russian winter. But hey, it's a magical school. Maybe it's warm. Maybe there's a spell on it to keep it warm. And then I don't know what to do with these rooms. I just created these rooms and now I have no clue what to do with them. I just added them for the detail on the outside, but I wasn't really thinking about what I could put on the inside of them. So any suggestions there would be helpful. And then this is another courtyard I can turn into something. Now on this ground floor, I was thinking of turning this into some sort of stable for the magical animals, like these animals that are pulling the sleigh. So I might create some stables. There's some debug rolls of hay from base game that could work. And then I use this debug bridge. I just like the way that it looked. And you enter in through these doors and it will take you to these basement stairs that will lead down to some lower chambers. So you can walk through to the stables. I need to do some sort of detailing and fix this whole area up. But then underneath this debug bridge are these staircases that go downstairs. And I've created these fun snowy portals just to give it a magical feel. And I used Twisted Mexie's tool mod to rotate this, which is actually a rug. You can rotate these rugs at a 90-degree angle. You just have to elevate the rug and then use Twisted Mexie's tool mod in live mode to rotate it. And because rugs have that, I don't know if you've ever noticed that effect that unless they're on a floor, they kind of turn invisible sometimes, especially from behind. It gives it this cool magical feel of a portal to it. It doesn't look like a rug, it looks like these floating snow pieces. And then these rocks have ended up clipping into this level, so I'm going to have to delete them and reposition them. But this is the staircase that leads down to access basement levels. Again, this kind of pool trim is going to be deleted in the end, and then I'll be able to connect these two rooms together. So that's basically it so far. Let me know what you think, suggest any ideas that you have, and ignore the black roof edging. I hope you enjoyed touring one of my work in progress builds for my Wizarding World Harry Potter series. Be sure to check out my other creations and please leave a thumbs up if you like the video, leave a comment and let me know if there's any specific content you want me to create, and subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Thanks for your wonderful feedback and your wonderful support. Love ya!